What's going on, sad boys and gals? What's going on, penny boys and gals as well? We got our stock and crypto traders here alike, and welcome to another pop-up class. This one's going over crypto wallet etiquette 101, how to protect your bags like a pro. As you can see, for those of you who are watching after the fact, we got the live chat here on the screen. So, if you weren't able to make it live this time, I hope to see you in the one next time. We're going to be having a bunch of events, and all of them will be in this, I guess, since you can see the Discord, it will be in the events channel right up here. So you can, check them all out and just, see what we have going on. 2 days ago, right before New Year's, we had one going over just, how to be a crypto holder on social media. We went over how to make memes and gifs and, easily, and just tips and tricks like that. And today, once again, we're going over crypto wallet etiquette. For those who don't know, I talked about this briefly before we started the stream, but we do have now a crypto education area going on in the Discord. I'll show y'all on the stream as well. You can go ahead if you have any questions at all. Feel free to ask any of the questions throughout the day or whenever. In that chat, there's no such thing as a bad question or a dumb question. Everyone started somewhere, and I'd rather you ask a question so that we can help you, because this is a judgment-free zone. And environment here at Sad Boy, rather than not ask a question and then get burnt, clicking a faulty link or whatever. So definitely feel free to abuse that channel. We want you asking questions, and maybe your question, is going to help somebody else who, maybe didn't have time or just wasn't able to ask the question. So, definitely use that channel to your, to everyone's advantage. Resources has a bunch of different resources you can use just to get started in crypto. We go over just the difference between like dexes and exchanges and wallets, which we're going to be going over today in the stream, and a bunch of other good stuff in there. We'll be doing some like homework and practice and challenges in that practice and challenges channel, just like PBU 2020 with the homework back in the day for the OGs who remember what I'm talking about. Classes like this one are going to be posted in that live classes channel. And then for those of you who are, who want to get into the education portion, the SAD Crypto Safety School, if you click that, you'll see the whole syllabus. Very much like PBU, Penny Boys University back in the day. We're doing, the same thing here with the SAD Crypto Safety School. It's a safe and supportive space dedicated to teaching the essentials of staying secure in the world of cryptocurrency. So our mission is to help newcomers navigate the crypto space with confidence and clarity. So I know this is a space filled with scams, cash grabs. This is a very player versus player mentality. Meme coins especially. We here at Sad Boy, we want to provide a trusted space within that space where anyone can learn about the blockchain, crypto wallets, and security without fear or confusion, or getting talked down to or anything like that. There's a lot of toxicity. We want to be the light when it comes to the end of the tunnel. When it comes to all that, we don't want to keep adding to that toxicity. We have our syllabus. There's gonna be 10 classes to start. The first one just going over just cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology, and then we go all the way to class 10, like handling crypto safety long term. We go over a whole bunch of stuff in between, so you can go ahead and check out that syllabus right in that SAD Crypto Safety School channel. For those of you who were in Penny Boys University back in the day, you might be getting some flashbacks as the months go on, as we continue these classes. So crypto wallets and exchanges and all that good stuff. We're going to start by going over what a crypto wallet is versus an exchange. Is a very common question I get all the time, so I wanted to start with that. So a crypto wallet is a digital tool and allows us to securely store, send, and receive cryptocurrencies. So I can send crypto to Onrod. Onrod could send crypto to Chag, and we can store it, receive, send, the whole 9 yards. You can kind of think of it like your digital personal vault. This gives you direct control and ownership over your digital assets. So the advantage of a wallet is that you have total control over your private keys, which are essentially the access codes to your funds. Think of them, those private keys, like the key to your digital vault. So the wallet's like your digital vault, and those private keys is like the key to that digital vault. If someone gets access to your private keys, it's like they have access to the key to your vault, they can get into your vault. So you always want to keep those safe. However, as long as you are the only one who has that key, no one else can get into or access your vault. So make sure to keep that safe. But because you have, you're the one who has that, that key to the vault, no one else can get into it. A bank can't, it's not like with banks where they have access to your funds. This is owned by you. It's a vault. It's like having money and, like cash under your couch. Unless they go and come in and find it, like the government comes in and finds it, and they're not getting that money from you. Tick says, especially your wife. Yeah. uh, so you always want to keep those safe. However, and you'll be surprised how many people, or maybe not surprised how many people use Bitcoin and crypto to hide funds. And honestly, the funny thing is, like when it comes, like when the statistics say that's actually usually the wives who are hiding money from their husbands using cryptocurrency. They have money that their husbands, they just didn't want their husbands to know they had or were spending or whatever for whatever reason. That's what the studies show. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. Cryptocurrency, it's a tool that can be used for good, but also, it can be used for other things as well. Depending on how you look at it. So you want to keep, those keys to your vault safe. When you hold the private keys to your wallet, you have sole authority over your cryptocurrency. So means you're the only one who has access to your assets. Just like if you have a vault and you have one key for it, no one else has the key. You're the only one who has access to that vault, like unless someone breaks into it or whatever. This is the same case. This is the case for decentralized wallets. When it comes to crypto, decentralized means that you have full control and ownership of your assets without having to rely on a third party to manage or keep your private keys safe. It is by the people for the people, literally. Your funds are stored in a way that no centralized authority like a company, bank, platform, intermediary can access, freeze, or control your funds. The wallet software simply provides a tool to manage your private keys and interact with the blockchain. So they don't have control over your funds. It's not like some, platform that, we're coming in and taking your money. It's not like that. It's just this is the software. That's all it is. Bitcoin did come around after that financial crash in 2008. People didn't trust the banks or the government with their money, and they wanted a way to have control over their funds. And that's why Bitcoin and crypto is decentralized, just like those wallets that you have. Onrod says, I verified my wallet for something in here. And you're talking about, I'm going to get to that in a second because I do want to go over different things to look out for. And I want to go over that in particular, Onrod, if you have a real problem going on with anything with your wallet, I definitely want to help anyone with those too. But when it comes to these decentralized wallets, once again, Bitcoin was created because people didn't trust the banks or the government, centralized authority, and they wanted a way to have access, without having to, to their money without having to just stuff it in, underneath their couch. They wanted, other ways to do it besides just gold and cash under the couch. So once again, when it comes to crypto, decentralized means you have full control and ownership of your assets without relying on a third party to manage or keep your private keys safe. So your funds are stored in a way that no one else can access it, no one can freeze it, no one can control it, because it's just a software. So with Phantom Wallet, which a lot of us are using Phantom Wallet for our Sad Boy token. They added a centralized feature, which makes it easier to use for people who are new to crypto. So they allow you to use Google or Apple to create a wallet. So like your Google or your Apple account. When you do this, your wallet is still decentralized in terms of functionality, but the private keys or the seed phrase is linked to your Google or Apple account, and its recovery is facilitated through those platforms. So Google or Apple now has access to that. So in theory, Apple and Google has access to the keys to your vault, not just you. So now you have a key, and Apple and Google has a backup key. So in theory, they can get into it if they want to. That being said, if you lose the keys to your vault, if you lose that key, Google and Apple does have a backup key. They have a spare for you, so you can get it back easily. When you do it the decentralized way, you are given a seed phrase, which is a bunch of random words, and you can think of that as your key. And only you should know your seed phrase, by the way. Like, don't give your seed phrase to anybody else, which is why you should write it down somewhere safe. Ideally, you want to keep it in 2 places in case something happens to the original place that you store it in. You don't want to keep it on your phone because your phone is hackable. Whereas if you keep it in like a vault in your house, then it's not hackable. Someone would literally had to break into your house to get it. I know people who've engraved it on metal. I personally use a Shield Folio stone book. It's like stone paper where I have my seed phrase written down. What happens if Apple or bankrupt, or Apple or Google goes bankrupt, or something happens to Apple, there's a huge hack, this, that, whatever, in theory, something could happen. Oh, that's why, back in 2008 when everyone had their money in banks and this, that, whatever, and, and the whole country went bankrupt, everyone's money went with it. When it comes, if you had cash in the underneath your cushion, that's staying exactly where it is. The same deal, goes with your, with your crypto, unless the cryptocurrency, the coins itself, end up crashing, of course. Just the new wallet user names. So I personally haven't used that to do, but I believe it's just a way for people to just easily, figure out who you are. I can look into those though, because that is something I actually have wanted to look into it. I still use it the old-fashioned way with the seed phrase and all that. So using it with Google or Apple, for Phantom, it makes it easier for beginners or those who just prefer to have things a little bit simpler because it is a simpler interface. They're just easier that way without the seed phrase and all that. Or even for those who lose things a lot and want it backed up on Google's Drive or Apple's cloud. Because if you lose your seed phrase, you're out of luck if you do it the decentralized way. But it also means that you're relying on a third party, which is Google or Apple, to access your funds. And, if something, like the dude said happened, or like a tick says happens, something that, something could be bad. Just like Coinbase, and you have your funds on Coinbase, which is a centralized exchange, which we'll be going over in a second. Something happens to Coinbase, it goes bankrupt, they don't have any money for you, whatever, like you're out of luck. But, what's the chances of Google or Apple or Coinbase going bankrupt? Like Voyager, like that's, it's the same deal with banks, like people, have Chase Bank. We saw a bunch of banks go down in the past, just, even past a couple of years or so. I doubt that Chase Bank's going to go down, just like I doubt Google or Apple is going to go down. Like if they go down, if Google, Apple, and Chase go down, we're looking at like a pretty, like we're going to be in a lot more problems than just, where our money is. Like that's probably going to be like an apocalyptic, like something apocalyptic must have happened in order for Google, Apple, and Coinbase and all that kind of stuff to go down and go bankrupt, especially Google and Apple. So if there ever was a compromise or issue with Google and Apple, it could affect your ability to access your wallet. So that is wallets. Then there are cryptocurrency exchanges. So these are platforms designed to facilitate the buying, selling, and trading of cryptocurrencies. Well-known examples that you probably know are Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. Centralized exchanges, once again, that's centralized exchanges, unlike decentralized wallets, retain custody of your assets. Think of it like a bank. This means that the exchange exchange, rather than you, holds the private keys associated with your funds. So they have your keys, you don't have your keys. But in return, we rely on the platform security, management, and stability to protect our cryptocurrency holdings. So where we are relying on them to do all the security, so we don't have to do any security. With the decentralized way, I need to write down my seed phrase in the Shieldfolio Stone book. I have to make sure I don't lose it, because if I do, then I'm out of luck. And whereas with the Coinbase, I have a password. It's all centralized using Phantom with Google. I can get it back. So there are pros and cons to each. It really depends on how much you want access and control and full access to your funds, or if you care about that. And that's really personal. That's up to you personally. So those centralized exchanges like Coinbase, this is why they ask for your information, whereas like a wallet does not. Then there are decentralized exchanges, also known as DEXs, DEXS. So you might have, if you can go over that quickly in the chat to Cat, because I actually haven't done that before. I did like the MetaMask, like where you buy your .eth name. But I haven't messed around with Phantoms naming the wallets thing yet. I'm assuming it's similar without having to buy the domain. So that was the centralized wallets, and they have the DEXs, the decentralized exchanges, DEXs. They do not take custody of your funds. You retain control of your cryptocurrency at all times because trades are executed directly from your wallet. So this is a platform that you're using. It's not like an exchange like Coinbase or a centralized exchange like Coinbase where they have custody of your funds. This is a platform that you're using to trade directly from your wallet. So there's no need to deposit funds into these decentralized exchanges. Trades are facilitated by smart contracts, which are self-executing programs on the blockchain. These contracts ensure that trades are secure, transparent, and automated. Yeah, it's just a name. Nothing on blockchain is written for that one. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a username, basically, like getting a PayPal username, kind of. I'm assuming. Then I can look into it once again and really go over that. But it's nothing too groundbreaking, I don't think. because like I know with when I had a MetaMask, I had my .eth. It was a lot easier for me to say, hey, send it to MetaMat. I think of my ETH. It was like MetaMat NFT.eth as opposed to ABC XGW2444, whatever my my public address is. So just this is like this is an easier way to say what your wallet is, because those public addresses are just a bunch of random letters and numbers. So that's decentralized exchanges. These trades are facilitated by smart contracts. These are self-executing programs. These contracts ensure that the trades are secure, they're automated, everything's transparent, it's on the blockchain. So the big difference, like the fundamental difference between a wallet and an exchange, is control. So when your cryptocurrency is stored on an exchange, you are entrusting a third party with your assets, like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance. Although exchanges are designed with user convenience in mind and often offer additional services such as staking, trading tools, they have accessibility to a lot more token swaps than your typical wallet, different blockchains. But they also come with inherent risks. There's hacks, mismanagement, or just regulatory issues that can affect the exchange and can potentially result in the loss of your funds or just loss of access to your funds. So you got to be careful, when it comes to these exchanges and just with wallets in general. Using a wallet provides you direct ownership and security of your funds, and by holding the private keys yourself, you eliminate reliance on those third parties, like I think it was Voyager, someone else saying up in the chat. Ensuring that their assets remain under your exclusive control, so there are no intermediaries involved. The smart contract enforces the rules of the trade, so it's not like Coinbase or a bank that's making the trade happen. It's all done via smart contracts. Remember, Bitcoin was created because people couldn't be trusted, is what Satoshi would say. Yet the blockchain can, since it doesn't lie. He said the problem with the banking system, with the finance system, isn't the system, it's the people. Is that the people can't be trusted. So if we make a system based around code and smart contracts, not around trusting humans, then that system would work better than the system we currently have. Is what Satoshi was thinking, when he created Bitcoin, after that big financial crash that was due to human lies. So obviously, the problem is, according to Bitcoin, is that there are untrustworthy people who try to manipulate the system. And obviously, with the blockchain, there are going to be untrustworthy people out there who try to manipulate the blockchain, but the blockchain itself is not reliant on people to run it. It's relying on these smart contracts. When it comes like the laws and the rules and deciding, when it comes to the banks and stuff, we are reliant on people making sure, checking all the boxes and all that kind of good stuff. And they could, throw some money to the side or throw some money into this account or whatever. With crypto, it's a lot harder to do that. So, and also with DEXs, anyone can use these decentralized exchanges. With centralized exchanges like Coinbase, whatever, you need to give you all your information. You need to have a formal identification and all that kind of good stuff. Social security, whatever. With these DEXs, when you open your Phantom wallet, you don't need anything to sign up. So it goes along with the decentralized theme of crypto, which is that everybody should be able to use it as a financial tool. So everyone should be able to use it, no matter what your income is, no matter where you're from, no matter what your race is, anything like that. Whereas the financial system, according to Satoshi, did take some of those factors, into consideration when it came to who can use and access certain areas of the financial system, in the current financial system. To address, do you suggest changing privacy setting for addresses are private or invisible? That's if it's your main one, definitely. But if if you have a wallet, you're connecting to a bunch of sites and doing giveaways anyway. It's not that big of a deal, but if you want to have complete, security of your wallet, then be salty definitely wouldn't hurt. Because people can get your public address and send you faulty items or, faulty crypto and tokens and all that kind of good stuff. So, having it out there is, it does get you susceptible to that. I saw that about Phantom Android today. That'd be awesome if they do it. Swap file may be counted for allocation. Oh, that's interesting. So let's talk about hot wallets versus cold wallets. So hot wallets are wallets that are connected to the internet. They are, just think hot means is connected to the internet. They're designed for convenience, allowing us to quickly access our funds for trading, transfers, or interacting with decentralized applications, also known as DApps. So if you See this term right there? That is decentralized applications. Examples of hot wallets are going to be MetaMask, Phantom, and Trust Wallet. These are, all wallets that we connect to the internet to use. These wallets are perfect for, frequent transactions and just day-to-day crypto activity. So if you're, going on sites all the time and, buying different meme coins and swapping different coins all the time, that's what it would be perfect for. It's like for those transactions and your active trading, thinking of like a day trading account, or like a cash account, for Webull. That's kind of what that would be used for. Because they are on the internet, hot wallets are more vulnerable to hacks and phishing attacks. So they rely on strong security measures such as two-factor authorization. I cannot talk today. You got the 2FA and the private key encryption to protect our funds, but there are tons of scams and hacks out there that that can get around those. So you still, even though they do have their security in place, you still have to be careful. So while hot wallets are highly convenient, they are best used for holding smaller amounts of crypto that you plan to use regularly. So if you have like, millions of dollars of Bitcoin, if you got lucky enough, where you bought like, 50, 60 Bitcoin back when it was a couple pennies or whatever, I wouldn't be putting that in like your Phantom or, like a wallet like that you're connecting to a bunch of stuff. Like I would keep that in a separate wallet, maybe a cold wallet. So cold wallets are offline wallets. They are not connected to the internet, making them significantly more secure against cyber attacks. You can't hack into something that's not connected to the internet type deal is what, the theory is there. So examples of cold wallets include hardware wallets like Ledger and Trezor as well. Trezor, I never can say that one either, but I'm gonna put these in the chat. I always see it read. I actually never see it or hear it out loud. Check says I have many wallets I'm set to public, but I only allow my DGen wallet that I use on X or on untrusted sources as the public one. Yeah, no one sees the rest of my wallets, so I'm set as public, and unpublic addresses I selected only the one I want to be public. And that's kind of the way I see it as well. It's like, you're gonna have your DGen wallets and the stuff that you need to use, and your hot wallets you need to use and need to connect to all like these kind of sites, and those are going to be your public wallets, your activity wallets, your burner wallets and all that kind of stuff. And then for those of you who have significant investments in crypto, Bitcoin or whatever, staking, however it is, that's where your cold wallets come into play. So these devices store your private keys in a physical device, ensuring that they are isolated from potential online threats. So it's like a physical wallet. Cold wallets are ideal for long-term storage and safeguarding large amounts of cryptocurrency. While they're less convenient for like frequent transactions, just due to the need to connect to the device to a computer or a phone, their enhanced security makes them a preferred option for serious investors and those who hold a bunch of tokens or a bunch of Bitcoin or just significant amounts of assets. Tangent Chag says is also a good one. So let's just quickly go over how to secure your wallet. There's different tips for securing your wallet. Your private keys, as we were talking about before, your seed phrase, these are your ultimate access codes to your cryptocurrency. So if someone gains access to these, if they get your seed phrase, they can control your funds. I saw this one guy, he was on a stream, he was live streaming, and he had his screen shared like I am right now. And he had his seed phrase written down somewhere. He like minimized the page and it showed his seed phrase. He didn't realize it. Like 5-10 minutes later, whatever, the chat's like, oh, what? Like you gave away your seed phrase or something. So he's like, wait, what? Wait, I gave my seed phrase. I had my seed phrase on the screen, and then he goes to check his Phantom in a hurry, and it turns out that somebody did indeed see his seed phrase there. Must have taken a screenshot, whatever, gone on to Phantom, logged into his wallet, and sent themselves all of his crypto, and he lost like tens and thousands of dollars of cryptocurrency. I think it was like meme coins at the time, but yes, exactly, check it. And that kind of stuff happens all the time, like to two people, just like in real life. People go out on the streets and they have too much cash on them or whatever, and they get robbed. People how there's phone calls, Amazon scams. Like there's scams all over the place. It's not just crypto, but crypto is new and it's a lot easier to scam people because there's a lot more people who are new to it and who can be scammed. There's a lot more targets out there, like everyone who is brand new to crypto, and that's why we're here in this class and in the following classes to help make sure that anyone who is here in the sad boy community does not become a target if you are new to crypto. Give me presses still. I mean, that's I'm not. I don't. I actually I know some like crypto lawyers who I could ask about that. I personally I don't want to give out legal advice if that is against the law. I would say it's definitely frowned upon, and like people go. I have like been charged for, but like at the same, like it's the same deal. Like you said, like walking down the street with a bunch of Rolex on, fancy, throwing around $100 bills or whatever. Like if you get robbed at gunpoint, if you get shot, robbed, whatever, it's still a crime. So some are Bluetooth, but no Wi. So losing your private keys basically just means losing access to your wallet entirely. So not only if you get a hack, but like you have your seed phrase, and that's you're doing the decentralized way with your wallet. You write it down in one piece of paper or whatever, or you put it in your phone and you save it, and then your phone dies, you don't get access to it, you can't get into your crypto. So even if you end up getting logged out of your Phantom wallet, and that ended up happening where you lost access to your seed phrase because your phone died or whatever, and you had it stored in your phone or you had it on a piece of paper and somebody threw it out or whatever happened because you just had it in one place only and not a really secure place, and you don't have access to your wallet, you're not going to be able to log back into it and get access to said wallet, and so you're going to be out of your money. So even if you have you have hundreds of thousands of sad boy, once we get a 10 million or 100 million market cap, if you don't have the seed phrase, you won't be able to get access to it. So definitely keep that safe. I keep mine in a Shield Folio Stone book. I'm actually in talks with the Shield Folio team. You'll love this, Chad, because I know you got a Shield Folio Stone book in Florida with us, and you were one of the ones who really enjoyed those Stone books. But I'm talking to the Shield Folio Stone book team about getting some custom sad boy ones made. I think that'd be really cool. And they're basically just stone books made out of stone paper. The paper cannot be torn, can't be destroyed with not if you get it in water or fire, anything like that. It still stay. Your seed phrase will still stay safe on that stone paper. So, where you keep your seed phrase is very important. I avoid keeping it on your phone or something hackable. Also, I would just avoid keeping it somewhere like on a sticky note, like that can be thrown out easily, or written on pencil somewhere that can be washed off, or even in a piece of paper that if it gets wet or whatever, it's ruined. Like I would suggest writing it somewhere that's really really safe, maybe two places, and keeping it safe. Tick says I think there are individuals that shouldn't even have access to the internet. That's another story. That's for sure. Look at that. Big Quench just popped in the chat. He said I had a call with King Saladin's team in 1 hour. This is the NFT artist that he was talking about, a big time artist. I think he did work for an NFL team of some sort. I'm personally less excited about I'm more excited about the smart contracts and the stuff that we can build with these NFTs, to be completely honest with you. I was never into NFTs for the art. I was always into it for the community and the innovation and the possibilities. I've seen, Pudgy Penguins is an NFT. They have that Pengu token. They back in 2021, they were out there as as an NFT community, just posting a whole bunch of GIFs and those Pudgy. If you go onto your GIFs thing on Discord, you'll see a bunch of these Pudgy Penguin things. That's because they were grinding back in 2021, getting them all over the place. And right now, if you go onto the Discord and go under GIFs, I think I uploaded the Pump It one. So if you look up Pump It Sad, there it is. We got a sad boy one now on the Discord. I'm gonna be uploading a whole bunch, or just all the different ones, all the different little GIFs that have sad boy on it. And I'll be uploading them onto Tenor, and I'll be posting about that so we can all vote and get those numbers up on those GIFs so that they can then be accessible to everybody on Discord very easily. So if someone types Pump It because they're talking in the chat about something, they might see that and say, "Oh, why not? Oh, that looks cool," and they use that. And someone's like, "Hey, that's the sad boy token." Oh, what's sad boy? And now the whole community knows about sad boy. That's that was the whole Pudgy Penguins mantra, or that's kind of how they did it. They said social media first, just get the name out there, get the meme out there, and they did. And now they're in Target, they're in Walmart with their plushies, and they launched a highly successful coin. So sky is the limit when it comes to these Web3 and NFT smart contracts, especially with the right team. So I'm very excited about what we can do with this NFT, the sad boy NFT, in the future. Not just the art, but also the smart contracts and the innovation. Snowflake. All right. So once again, make sure to write your seed phrase down on paper or somewhere safe, maybe even safer than paper. Well, once again, I think it was Quackers or somebody who said that they stored it on, like, had it engraved on metal and then put it in a safe. Like, that's super safe. So avoid saving it digitally or on devices or cloud storage, just so you can prevent hacking. And also just consider, this is if you have, like, millions of dollars, for those of you who are whales here and gotten early, and once you have millions of dollars of crypto, from the eventual sad boy pump that we're hoping is going to happen, um, you want to keep it safe. And so one thing you could do, and if you like, this is up to you. You could consider splitting the seed phrase and just storing it in multiple secure locations, just for added security. I know people who have, like, ledgers and stuff, not ledger, but like hard, these cold wallets, with millions of dollars of coin on it. They got lucky with meme coins or whatever, and they do that. With the seed phrase, they have, like, the first three words, in one safe, the next three words in another safe, and two more safes or whatever. So, like, the only way to really someone could really steal their coins and get their millions of dollars, is if they get into all four of their safes. So that's just one thing to consider. Um, for wallets or exchanges that offer it, you can enable the 2FA to add an extra layer of protection. This just requires a code from your phone or another device to access your account, which just makes it harder for people who shouldn't be on it to gain access. I mean, just like anything, it's like walking down the street with a Rolex and a bunch of money. You want to be careful, where you go and who you flaunt it to and all that kind of stuff. The same goes with crypto. So this is all just about being careful, with your crypto and not becoming a target. Um, so some crypto do's. Just crypto do number one is just use a hard wallet for long-term storage if you have a significant amount of assets. So if you really just don't want don't want to be susceptible to a possible hack, you can throw it onto a hardware wallet. Keep that hardware wallet safe, ideally, just like you would with your seed phrase. Just like with cash, or if you have, like, a gold bar that's worth a lot, if you lose it, you don't have it anymore. So make sure you keep it safe. Tick says the common sense book. I love that. Use or make sure to double check URLs. So if you see someone posting a link, make sure to double check it. If it looks sketchy, you don't know who posted it or where it's coming from. Even if it says, "Hey, it's free airdrop, make a bunch of money. Click this link for a free airdrop." It's probably a scam. Just like when they say, "Hey, this is Amazon and your package," even though you didn't order a package, it's in the shipping center. Click here in order to get it, or whatever. A scam. So just double check the URLs. If it looks fishy, probably is. If it looks like a scam, it probably is a scam. Just like in real life, just think of it like those Amazon scams, or those emails that you get, or the millions of texts that you ignore. There's a million of those out there for crypto. They might be enticing. And because we're, a lot of us, are new, just people in general are new to crypto. It's 2008, 2008 was when that big crash happened. Bitcoin is not that, not that old. So, make sure to keep yourself safe out there when it comes to all these things. Those are always scams, but just like, with these Amazon scams, like the text that we get, Walmart scam, whatever, we all understand it by now. Like, we get it. Someone, calls us on the phone, we know, when it's someone trying to scam us, like, oh, well, this is a tax people, and we have your, you're gonna go to jail in 2 months if blah blah blah, whatever. Like, we know it's a scam, like, because we understand that. But people, who are new to crypto don't understand the common scams. So something that might be common to somebody like Takak, or myself, whatever, who've been in it for a while and have seen a million of them and these, and know how they how they talk and whatever. We might say, oh yeah, that's a scam, but just like how someone's grandma who doesn't understand how crypto, how the internet works or whatever, they might get scammed by that Amazon link. Like, oh no, my package, and they click it and they get scammed. This is because they just don't know better. And that's what's happening in crypto right now. There's a lot of people out there who just don't know better, which is why we have those crypto safety schools to help help everybody know better, as a community. Pocket Universe, yeah. So also just regularly check wallet permissions. You can use tools like Revoke. I'm just gonna click that and put it here for y'all. To minimize, just to minimize being vulnerable to to different hacks and stuff. When you do connect your wallet to these decentralized applications, whether it's to swap tokens or because you need to verify that you're a holder in order to gain, get some kind of giveaway or whatever it is. You want to make sure that you're not leaving yourself open to to these sites and to these hacks with your wallet, especially if it's a wallet that you care about. So you can see what you are connected to just disconnect. It's kind of like just checking your subscriptions every so often to make sure you're not paying a subscription you don't want. Some don'ts, crypto don'ts. Never, ever, 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 no matter what, don't ever share your private keys or your seed phrase with anybody, even if they claim to be like support staff, like phantom support staff or whatever. Don't give them your seed phrase. That is a common scam. Do not ever give anyone your seed phrase. Don't give it to your mom, your dad, your dog, don't give anyone your seed phrase. Just keep that to yourself. If someone's asking you, hey, I need your seed phrase so I can send you all this Bitcoin, that's not how that works. It's a scam. They don't ever give anyone your seed phrase. There's no reason to do that. Don't interact with random tokens in your wallet because we have these public addresses. Anyone can as long as they get access to the public address, anyone can send you crypto. And that means that anyone can send you crypto that could have a smart contract attached. That is a hack or a scam or whatever. You do not want to interact with random tokens in your wallet. So if you see, some random coin or whatever that you don't recognize, and you say, oh, 1,000,000 of this whatever coin. I want to cash this in. I'm going to transfer it, turn it to SAT or whatever. Just by transferring it, just by sending it to your this, that, whatever. By swapping it, that could be the trigger for that smart contract that makes that hack happen. And these happen all the time. So just be careful about who you give your public address to, especially with the main wallet. But also don't interact with random crypto. Don't click on just random links, like I was saying before. Don't interact with suspicious messages asking for wallet information. Just once again, if it looks sketchy, just take a screenshot. Send it in the chat. You can ask one of us. We have a bunch of people here who've been in crypto for a while, between like Amy and Chag and Takak and everybody, Quackers and everyone else. There's always somebody here who's going to be able to help you not get scammed. So if it looks fishy, just take a screenshot. Send it over before clicking that link. Just in case. So I talked about Revoke. We can talk about some other websites and tools to manage wallets. And I'm just gonna post this list here in the chat for y'all, just to make it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Oh, let me get rid of those embedded. There we go. So we have Zapper, which is a dashboard to manage multiple wallets and track your DeFi activities, just like staking and liquidity pools. That's Zapper.fi. We have Etherscan, a blockchain explorer used to monitor transactions and wallet activity on Ethereum. Then we have Solscan, which is Solana blockchain explorer for tracking wallet balances and transaction details. And then Revoke, like we talked about before, which is used to check and revoke unnecessary permissions granted to dApps from your wallet. And we have a whole list of other websites and different things that you can use. We have like calculators and stuff in that resources channel I just posted in the chat. So make sure to check that out as well. And finally, we will be going over a few common hacks and scams and just how to avoid them. Starting with recognizing phishing scams. So emails, messages, websites that mimic official wallet services or exchanges, or that mimic, other official, coins or NFTs. There's a bunch of, different entities out there, who will make, the Pengu token had a big airdrop recently where, a bunch of Pudgy Penguin holders and people who, there's other entities out there like Magic Eden, all these other places, Phantom Wallet, did partnerships with, with Pudgy Penguins to do their big launch. And there were so many scam sites out there that were scammers out there that were sending these links that, like, oh, this is the official airdrop to the Pengu token, click here, make sure you get your Pengu, before it's too late or whatever. These are just because it says Pengu on it, might look official. It's not. There's a lot of Twitter accounts out there that try to mimic the official account. Just like for those of you who are in our Discord and Penny Boys, like how many people who've gotten has gotten a DM from somebody that had my avatar, MetaMat, even with the TM and the duck emoji, and trying to like sell you some, whatever, or get some access to whatever. Not me. It's an imposter. There are millions of those out there in the crypto space as well. Just people, bad actors who are trying to mimic somebody else or mimic an official coin or whatever, just to try to get information or money from holders. So just be very, very careful. If it looks too good to be true, it might be, this big airdrop or big this, that, whatever. So, always make sure that, links and stuff come from the official accounts. So, you see some random person post about a sad boy airdrop. I wouldn't trust it. If you see, us posting about it, not, if you see me posting about it in the announcement channel, you click my name, and it's actually me. Yeah, then you can trust it. But just be wary. When it comes to impersonators, just like just like over in any Discord, that has to do with finance. Also, just make sure to just verify the authenticity of any communication claiming to be from wallet providers. So Phantom, MetaMask, whatever. You'll get a million different people on Telegram, this, that, whatever. If someone might see that you typed in Telegram, "Oh, I'm having a problem with my Phantom wallet," or how do I do XYZ by Phantom wallet? And then someone sees that, they're a scammer, and they say, "Oh, good, here's somebody who doesn't know how to do XYZ with Phantom wallet. I'm going to pretend to be Phantom support. I'm going to DM them XYZ, I'm going to get their seed phrase or this, that, whatever." So just be careful when somebody randomly DMs you claiming to be Phantom support or MetaMask support, especially if you just ask a question about Phantom or MetaMask and you're really not in the official Phantom or MetaMask Discord or whatever. Be careful. There are a lot of people out there who try to do that. When it comes to avoiding fake airdrops and giveaway scams, legit airdrops usually will never require you to send funds or provide private keys, like a seed phrase. So if there's someone like trying to claim to be an airdrop and they're saying, "Send me a bunch of Bitcoin," or let me see your, let me get your seed phrase so I can know it's you, so I can send you the airdrop. That's a scam. Always double check announcements on the official website or social media channel on a project. So if you see Pengu, Pudgy Penguin airdrop, or in our case, Sad Boys airdropping their NFT, get in now. Make sure you go on the Discord, or you can just even we're around all the time, so you can ask myself or Austin or whatever. But go on the Discord and make sure that there are the official Twitter or the official Discord. One of us is talking about that and is actually happening. It's not just some random scam account. So you always just want to double check that when it comes to just the go to the real sites are real, like this Discord, and see if it does match up with a big announcement you see on social media. So when it comes to spotting red flags in wallet related interactions, just I'm going to keep reiterating this, but requests for private keys or seed phrases are going to be immediate red flags. No one needs your seed phrase for anything. So if anyone's asking for your seed phrase, just red flag. I would delete report them, delete them, whatever. But that's the number one red flag, that right off the bat, there's no good reason for somebody to ask you that. And if anyone who has my name or any team member's name here in Sad Boy pretends does ask you that, it's definitely not one of us. So report them or whatever so we can ban them. Suspicious URLs, typos, poorly designed websites, those are just different red flags to look out for. We see like an airdrop, look at the URL, does it look legit? A lot of them have suspicious little typos or this, that, whatever. Or like quickly put together website out there. Just look for those little red flags. And also just claims of urgent action, like it's urgent, you need to do XYZ, just like we in the real world, in the web 2 world, like, oh, urgent, your Amazon account has just been hacked, click this link to make sure that your address doesn't get hacked or whatever, or urgent, your Chase account or this, that, whatever, or, Southwest or whatever. There's anything that's like urgent access needs to be made to protect your funds. Are often scams. So just like in the web 2 world, just like all of us in the the normal world or whatever, we understand how those scams work. When someone says urgent action required, otherwise your Chase account's going to get hacked. We keep that in mind when it comes to being in web 3. I know there's a lot of new stuff, so all this stuff is going to be really new to some people. When they see this urgent they might get scared because they just don't understand. So just take a second and take a screenshot and send it to one of us, and we'll be able to help you there. Because the people who are getting scammed are the people who don't have access to people like us and the other people, to CAC and all the other people in the chat who've been doing this. A community, people who can help others. That's what it's all about. Especially here in Web3 and crypto. Some people help with their knowledge in in crypto. Some people help just with the networking. You never know who you can meet when it comes to these communities and Web3 in general. And lastly, just double check transactions. If you're sending to a new wallet or just to a new person or just anything that you don't necessarily trust right off the bat, you can always send a little bit first just to test it to make sure. Always review transaction details carefully before confirming, meaning the wallet address and the amount, because the last thing you want to do is send 4 Solana instead of point zero 0.04 Solana. You're going to be out a lot of money, especially you send 4 ETH instead of 0.04 ETH. You're really out of luck that way. So I've seen people who sold their NFTs that were worth $100,000 for like $10 because they sold it in the wrong currency or whatever. So always make sure that you check your transactions before confirming your and sending anything. And just for extra security, you can also, like I said before, just consider using small test transactions before transferring large amounts, just to be safe. Make sure send a little bit, make sure it goes through, and then you can send the entire the entire amount. I am going to go ahead and end the recording portion of this stream. I'm going to stick around in the live chat and answer any questions because we are at the 45-minute mark. So I want to keep the video under 45. So for those of you who are watching live, stick around. I'm going to be sticking around here for a few more minutes to 10 minutes or so to answer some questions or however long we have questions for. But for those who are watching after the fact, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all on the screen. Make sure to check out, and I'll post it in the chat as well, our SAD Crypto Safety School channel, as well as our resources channel, of course, as well, for more just crypto education. Once again, this is just like Penny Boys University. It's going to be the basics of crypto as opposed to stocks, which is what Penny Boys is. The whole goal is to turn a very complicated topic into something that makes sense to everybody, not just people who've been in it for a while. Those who took PBU. I'm hoping. What the feedback, at least what the feedback I got was that it was very easy to to pick up for people who we're brand new to stocks, as opposed to some other courses out there, some other ways that it's explained. I try to use the most the way that makes sense to me, which I feel like if I can understand it, then anyone can, because I need it like broken down every little detail. So hopefully, when it comes to learning about crypto together, we can do it in a way that makes sense. Class 1's gonna be talking about just the introduction to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Be talking, why does crypto matter? What is it? Why was it invented? The origin? How does the blockchain technology work with like Bitcoin versus Solana? So you got your proof of work, your proof of stake. You got your miners, you got your validators. We'll be talking all about that. Like after this class, y'all will be able to talk about, how crypto works at the dinner table, and people are going to think you're super smart because a lot of people just don't know this kind of stuff, and it's just the basics of how blockchain transactions work. But and it's really confusing at first, but when it's broken down, it makes sense. It's actually really interesting. And we'll be talking about Bitcoins and meme coins and altcoins and just the difference and how that all works. Class 2 will be talking about different blockchains, talking about Near protocol. I got a buddy, Cade, who's also in the Discord, Cade Bergman. He is a sad boy holder. He is one of the top Near protocol influencers out there. And he traveled, I think, Asia, Europe, and around the world a few times last year in 2024 with Near protocol, making content with the team. We'll be talking about Near, talking about Ethereum, of course, obviously Solana, which is what we're on here in Sad Boy. We'll talk about Base and some other ones as well, and just the key differences, features, use cases, security, and all that good stuff. And just why it's important to understand the blockchain that you're on, because if you do send crypto from one blockchain to the other, you can be out of luck and lose your money. So we talking about how that all works and how to avoid losing your money. Little mess ups with like that kind of stuff. Obviously, trading is a whole different story, but class 3, understanding wallets and wallet security, kind of like we did today, but going into it more detail. Class 4 will be going over recognizing and avoiding crypto scams, so common scams, how to spot those red flags. Once again, kind of like we did today, but in much more detail. How to research a project's white paper, how to research their team, their roadmap, and all that kind of good stuff. Class 5, talking about how to buy and sell, because selling is important too, cryptocurrency safely. Just step-by-step guides for different wallets, how peer-to-peer transactions work and how to stay safe with those, and just how to use your wallets and your exchanges. Class 6, we'll be talking about stable coins and just how they what their role is in crypto. So what are stable coins? Why are they important? We'll be talking about different types of stable coins, like the fiat-backed ones, the algorithmic ones, and just other ones as well, and the risks and benefits. And class 7, talking about safe practices for DeFi and staking, That's what we know. That's going to be the name of the game here in Sad Boy here soon, is a staking. We'll be talking about how that works in detail. Very similar to dividends. We'll be launching that here soon in Sad Boy shortly. Class 8 going over just DEXs, your decentralized exchanges, just how to safely use those and different risks and best practices for using them. Class 9 going over preparing for emergencies in crypto, so recovering from hacks and just steps to take if your wallet or account is compromised, having backup plans, ensuring your recovery phrases and private keys are secure but accessible, and just different emergency tools, services, and strategies to use. We don't want you to ever have to use these, but I've had my wallet hacked before, and it's I know for a fact it's a lot better when you know how to get out of a hack versus feeling like you don't. So we're gonna make sure that if it does happen, you'll be ready. Kind of like you don't want a fire to happen, but we still have our fire alarms and procedure for that. For getting out of the house. Class 10, of course, will be going over handling crypto safely long term, because all of us here in Sad Boy, for those who are here and holding to that 10 mil market cap, 100 mil market cap, billion market cap, you're going to be having a lot of crypto to manage and deal with in the future, which is a good problem to have. So we'll be teaching you how to store that safely and how to keep it, because that is very, very, very important. Makes sense as the internet bomb. So for those of you who are watching after the fact, we're going to be turning this recording off. I hope to see you the next one live. We're going to be doing a bunch more live streams, just going over education, other good stuff like that. So for those who are still watching live, just stick around. I'll be sticking around for a little bit here, answering any questions. But for those who are watching the recording, I hope to see you at the next one. But as always, until then, I hope that you all make some bread.